don't need more content, you need more influence. I do hear from entrepreneurs just like you that I have been posting a lot of content, right? And what if I tell you that you were sold a lie that posting more content would actually get you clients? It doesn't, it never did, and it will never. Okay. You've been told to show up every day, give value, stay consistent, be more visible, and somehow clients will follow. Is that you? Well, if that's you, then just take a minute right now. Look at the results. Is that actually happening? Don't you think you are already tired, not from the work you do, but from the lack of return on the work you're doing right now? If that's you, stay tuned. And if you're new on my channel, go ahead, subscribe to my channel, turn on the bell notification, smash that like right now, and watch till the end for the best of the value from this video. Okay, here's the truth you've been told to avoid, and you're avoiding the biggest truth here, right? You don't have a content problem. You actually have an influence problem. Well, hold on, hear me out, okay? Because the content is everywhere. Influence is rare, right? Anyone can show up, but very few can shift how people think, feel, decide, and act with their presence. Now, you need to contemplate on this, okay? Let me repeat that again. Very few actually can shift how people think, feel, decide, and act with their presence. And that's the biggest difference between being seen and being followed, right? Because it's not someone like, okay, it's nice to watch them. It's kind of a category that's, that can be ignored. But if you are a creator, right, you are impossible to be ignored, and you automatically build that leadership. You lead as a leader, right? And honestly, I spoke to someone recently who has, there was this entrepreneur, and she has been posting 5 times a week: carousel, reels, videos, tips, value, education. And on paper, honestly speaking, she's doing everything right, but her content is producing nothing. No pull, no moment, no demand. Why? She started questioning herself, like, why is this happening? And then when we were on a call, I was able to show her the gap between why this is happening, because she is informing people in her content, wherein she is not talking about the transformation that she can help them achieve, and she's not influencing people, right? So her content made people think like, that's a good point, but it never made people think that this is the person I need to learn from. Okay. And you see the difference? When the content makes people think like, okay, that's a good point, that's a great point, it doesn't sell, right? It's just a point. It's just there, right? But when it makes people feel like this is the person I want to learn from, that's what creates influence. And influence is not about, being more loud or being everywhere. Influence is what creates conversions, and content alone just creates consumption. So now the difference here I want you to contemplate is, where are you right now? Are you influencing people, or are you just informing them? Okay. So in the industry that has misled you, you were taught to chase volume instead of depth. Right? So, but if you choose to be more comfortable in producing more content, and instead of becoming more, it's one of the paths for you to be burnt out, right? The easier plan is not about creating more content. It's about creating content to develop a voice people actually respect, right? It's to turn those scrollers into your followers and into buyers, so that people need to hear what you have to say. Right? And it is already about embodying the leadership. Okay. So influence is not about how many posts you do. Influence is about what changes in people after they experience your post, or after, they have read or watched a video. All right. So now it can be different types of influence, right? It can make people think more. It can make people change their behavior. It can literally make people emotionally connect with what exactly you are saying. And this is where the leadership influence comes into place. So honestly speaking, if you've been posting a lot of random tips, ChatGPT content, more value, now is the time for you to understand, think about what is your post doing for you. Rather than creating more noise, it might as well create an influence so that people feel the clarity, the certainty, the confidence, and the identity shift in the way they perceive you as a leader as well as your content, right? And I hope this was helpful. If it was, do let me know what has been your biggest takeaway, and I'll see you in my next one. Thank you.